All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 607 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And today, we're going to end the week with some more Georgia Southern talk. Georgia Southern has done very well for themselves as far as recruiting this week. It's been very, very good. I know we talked about a few guys that were recruited from the Big Ten that transferred back to Georgia. Then we talked about the wide receiver that's in Macon that committed, and now we're going to talk about a couple of more. We're going to talk about two more guys, and they're from the state of South Carolina. And I think Georgia Southern started a pipeline out of the state of South Carolina. I'm sorry, out of the state of North Carolina. Very interesting because we have a handful of guys out of the Charlotte area, pretty much from the same high school. They're all going to be teammates once again playing at Georgia Southern. So we're going to talk about that. If this is your first time here, welcome. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. If you don't mind, help the podcast grow. Give me a 5-star rating on that Apple Podcast. Hit the like button. Let people know what we're doing over here. We are spreading the information and the hype around Georgia Southern football, because football season will be here in about 70 days, something around there. I mean, it'll be here before you know it. Also, we talk about the Atlanta Falcons football as well. So it's a lot of things that are moving over here. Also, I could be found at VF Baller on Twitter, at VF Baller. You can check out things over there that don't make the show. I usually post those things. And also, the website is firstandframerates.com. All right, let's just go ahead and get into this. Georgia Southern had another quarterback commit, and it's very interesting because we are like cranking out quarterback commits like crazy. We've been doing it ever since Coach Clay Helton made his way to Statesboro, and this time we have 6'3", 205 pounds Tyler Budge out of Matthews, North Carolina, Weddington High School. He's a 3-star recruit based on ESPN recruiting. I'm looking at some of the things on film. He looks really good. He looks like a really good pickup for Georgia Southern. What makes this even sweeter? Georgia Southern was competing with Appalachian State and Arkansas State to get this kid, and we end up picking him up. Hopefully, with the way things are going at Georgia Southern, we should be able to get this guy in a rotation somehow. I mean, we have a lot of talent at quarterback, so I don't know how this is going to play out. Sometimes it makes me wonder that how the quarterback situation is going to play out. We got JC French that's going to be behind Davis Brin, possibly, just the way it looked like right now. You got Davis Brin, JC French, you got Connor Colton Fitzgerald, you got Bo Allen. You got a lot of talent here, a lot of talent. And I think we got Kobe Walton is another quarterback that we picked up. I mean, we got some talent. We got some really good talent. So for us to pick up, Tyler Budge is very interesting. The quarterback situation is high on competition. Competition is there. And it's always going to be competition with Coach Clay Helton. May the best man get the spot. But with the transfer of Davis Brin, just like how we had with Kyle Van Treese, basically what this looks like is going to be like a quarterback camp for all underclassmen. JC French, all the other guys that are underclassmen are basically going to learn the quarterback position. If you want to be one of those guys that put up numbers like Kyle Van Treese did, and be really recognized as one of the top quarterbacks in the country, it's going to take some time, in my opinion. Unless you have like extreme high talent and you just come in here and light it up in your freshman or sophomore year. As far as the quarterbacks go, I like every single quarterback we got. I do like Colton Fitzgerald a good bit. I mean, I like the way that he has progressed since he's came here from Boise State. Hopefully, we will continue to see the progression of all these guys, and we can start banging out quarterbacks back to back. Like once Davis, graduates, or once he's finished his football career, we'll see another one come in, then another one come in. And that's the way it looks like it's going to be. And Tyler Budge is going to be another guy that's going to be in the mix. Really good talent from what I see. Looking at some of this junior season highlights here on 247sports.com. Like I said, he looks pretty good. So I'm really excited about this. This is really cool to add another quarterback to the mix. I just can't wait to see how this goes because like I said, um you had a lot of other schools that was going after him. Appalachian State, Arkansas State. I mean, you had Furman. Man, I remember we used to play Furman all the time. Richmond, like I said, Arkansas State, Charleston Southern. I'm gonna see if there's anybody else that catches the interest of. Okay, we had Old Dominion, Mid Tennessee was another school. Liberty, what was going after him? James Madison and Connecticut. So I mean, this just goes to show you how well this team or this coaching staff is really how well they're doing as far as recruiting and pulling players. I mean, we're going up against fierce competition against all these other schools, and he decided to come down here to Georgia Southern, even with the depth chart the way it is. It just shows you that they really believe in, they really believe in what we're doing down here, and that's pretty cool. So we're going to continue to see how this goes. We're going to watch, throughout the season and watch how these players, progress, especially at the quarterback position, because it's going to be really, uh, interesting because that's a one man, position. The quarterback is the guy that goes. So, really interesting to see. All right, before I get out of here, I want to talk about this other commit that we have. Man, oh man, I'm actually a little bit excited about this. I wish I would have talked about this earlier, but we may extend this conversation on this episode because of this. Because we just got another commit, Eli Anders, out of Huff High School. Is that what they call it? William Amos Huff High School out of Cornelius, North Carolina. Is like right outside of Charlotte. Now, let me tell you about this. You see all those guys that's on the screen? If you're watching this on a YouTube or Rumble, all four of those guys that are wearing the Georgia stuff, well, you still got the coach there, but all those guys, all those players right there, they were teammates at one time. All of them were teammates. And for him to go ahead and commit to Georgia Southern was almost like a no-brainer when you think about it. You look at Eli Anders and you look at the places that he could have went, Chattanooga, Memphis. Let me see who else was actually going after him as well. Like I said, Chattanooga, Memphis. It looked like that was it. Just Chattanooga and Memphis. And they kind of dropped the ball on this because from the way this thing look like this kid's going to be really good. It look like he has a lot of talent under his belt. And plus he's playing with his former teammates. Now, the former teammates that you see on the screen, you got Braden Palmer, you have Deshaun Davis, and oh goodness, who's the other person? Oh, please forgive me. I had his name right here. Oh yeah. Let's see. He's number 13. I know that. He's number 13. I know that. Where did it go? Where did it go? Isaac Walker. So you had Isaac Walker. Like I said, once again, I'm gonna go back and say that Isaac Walker, Deshaun Davis, and Braden Palmer. All those guys came from Huff High School in right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. So those are the guys that are pictured on the screen. And like I said, it was almost like a no-brainer. All these guys pretty much play like around the same position. Isaac Walker is a defensive lineman. You got Braden Palmer. He's also a defensive lineman. You got Deshaun Davis, another defensive lineman. And now you got Eli Anders, another guy's an edge rusher. Let's talk about him a little bit. 6'4", 230 pounds. And I mean, he did this. And if you really look at the picture, I mean, he has a little bit more of a size than the other guys. I mean, you still see, what was that? I think it's Deshaun Davis. Yeah. You got Deshaun Davis right there. Probably about the same size as him, but he's he got him about like 40 pounds, 6'2", 280. So you got some dogs that are coming here that's out of Huff High School, and the pipeline is real, guys. I mean, when you look at this and these guys that are actually putting themselves together to be brothers in arms, to play together from their high school career coming into their college career, it really gives you a sense of familiarity, some chemistry. And what we thought about the defense, back, last year when we had a little bit of issues with defense, I think the next couple of years we're going to be pretty good with it. So Georgia Southern is doing something really nice. I mean, I really love what they're doing here. At one point, I just thought that we just get a lot of talent with the coaching staff we have. We just get the talent, but once again, it just shows that they're trying to build something here. And when you get guys from a particular area that are familiar with each other, where that is known to having good talent. I mean, we have to understand North Carolina has really good talent. I mean, Appalachian State does really well getting talent from there. North Carolina does as well. NC State, Wake Forest. I mean, even the Virginia area, they pull talent out of North Carolina. And when you go down to South Carolina, or even go like to Tennessee, I mean, it's a pretty good area up there where you can pull talent from. For us to come all the way from Statesboro to get guys to come play here, and not only that, just some guys from like the same high school, that just goes to show you that there's a really good connection, a really good relationship with that school, where you get now 4 guys that are basically in the same area on that front 7 that's going to be playing with each other for some capacity, within the next 2 to 3 years. That I think that is really, really awesome. So shout out to Coach Clay Helton once again, getting another quarterback, getting another edge rusher. And this edge rusher is familiar with the other 3 that's already here. Like I said, Tyler Budge out of Weddington. I think I said that right. Let me make sure I said that right. Out of Weddington, North Carolina. But that's the high school. Yeah, Weddington High School out of Matthews, North Carolina. You also have Eli Anders out of Cornelius, North Carolina, which is basically the high school, William Amos Huff High School. Both guys will be here in the year 2024. And that's just really awesome. I mean, at the end of the day, you cannot ask for more than that. And once again, Anders is former teammates, or will be teammates again, with Braden Palmer, Deshaun Davis, and Isaac Walker. I mean, it's just really, really cool to see this. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna get up out of here. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you are a Georgia Southern fan, what do you think about these next 2 guys that are up? That are going to be in the fold for Georgia Southern. I think these are pretty solid pickups. I mean, I think we're doing phenomenal. Great week of recruiting, especially in that area of North Carolina. I mean, we still got other guys in the North Carolina area that, I haven't even talked about, like you talk about the Tyrell Davises of the world. I think he's from Harrisburg. Yeah, North Carolina. You also have a few other guys that's from the North Carolina area as well that's on the team. It's just an awesome thing, man. And it's great. Not only just, with the quarterback, and now we got the edge rusher for North Carolina. We got like 4 or 5 other guys from the area, or from the state. And you just can ask for more than that. It's really cool. So I'm really excited. Once again, I can be found on YouTube and Rumble. Also on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Google Podcasts. Don't forget, before you leave this show, give me a 5-star rating on that Apple, or a high star rating on the other podcast avenues. And hit the like button if you're on YouTube or Rumble. I'm going to get up out of here. You guys enjoy your weekend. I will be here if something was to pop up as far as, any news, whatever the case may be. I will be posting news on the YouTube channel. And I'll just see you guys then. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. And y'all be blessed. Peace.